So Omer from MMOs.com, do a quick second look gameplay video for Closers, a free-to-play action anime MMORPG developed by a company called Naddic Games and published by En Masse, the studio probably best known for publishing Terra. I spent 10 to 15 minutes running around checking this game out. Make comments if you guys do want to play Closers or just learn more about it. Do check out the full review on MMOs.com on the link below. So let's go and get started right now. There are 5 playable characters in this game as of the game's alpha. However, there'll probably be more as the game launches and some time passes. I know the South Korean version of the game has quite a few more characters than the Western version right now, which is again through En Masse and should be launching for realsies later this year. Anyway, it is one of those persistent hubs, instance dungeon style games, and you can see my character right now. I actually picked this character thinking it was a girl, but it was a trap. It's actually a boy, and I learned that through the game story. It totally looks like a girl, obviously, but apparently we are just a little boy on this character. So we talk to Miss Kim over here for our quest, and then we get our next little area. Again, if you played DFO, you played Dungeon Fighter Online, DFO or Dungeon Fighter Online, you played Soul Worker, you played Kritika, the format of these games are generally all the same. So we got our quest over here, and we got to clear patrol and train 426. So we talk to this guy over here, and then boosh, let's go do this train 426 in patrol mode. So these games, each of these maps are in various different difficulties, and the quests have you running through them in, basically doing all of them through quests. You can do that with other players too, but we're doing solo for now. And there's a bit of a story in the game too, but we're not paying too much attention to that right now. So here we go. We are in battle mode right now. Everything's done with keyboard controls. There's actually basically no mouse controls when you're actually in these fights. Combat is very fast-paced and actiony, very similar to Kritika or even DFO to a degree. I would actually say it's a bit faster than both Kritika and DFO. And you have a ton of abilities, and there's a lot of mashing going on. Lots and lots of mashing, actually. I mean, the positive side is the combat is definitely engaging. Though the entire first world, the first map, we're playing right now on the second map. We're only level 24 on our character, but we're basically in the second set of maps. The second map, it gets a little bit harder. But the first bit is actually face roll easy. I mean, then again, Kritika Online is really, really easy as well early on. Like, this guy is literally not even attacking. He's bugged out. He's just standing there. We got him. Got that block clear. And of course, as with any one of these other games, when you clear it, you get that little grade as well, whether it's, the triple S, the double S, and whatnot. And I'm not mashing too many buttons right now because I do want to preserve some mana. And animations, again, they look really cool when you're fighting stuff. Though, one thing I do want to say is the combat is a bit too fast-paced almost to a degree, where it feels like there's just too many buttons to press sometimes at a time. And like, your abilities have no cooldowns either, so if you're willing to chug mana potions, you can do so much damage. I mean, the only reason I'm not doing even more abilities is because I want to conserve some mana so I don't run out later on. And you can really CC enemies like really, really easily as well, so it kind of makes some of the boss fights feel a little bit cheesy. Right away, some positives for this game. There's actually a lot of costumes. Bit of a weird interface for the gear as well. There's only like 3 slots for gear, but then there's a whole bunch of slots for costumes. And costumes are basically gear as well. I mean, they're called costumes, but they have stats on them, and they're available in-game for free. You earn them by doing quests, by killing things, and you want to farm costumes and gear and whatnot, and mix and match. And there's a lot right from the beginning too. The game gives you a good deal of costumes to play with, so you can really customize your character in its own fun way. I mean, typically, a lot of these games, they lock away costumes behind paywalls, and you gotta pay money for that stuff. Here, it's right away. It's available right from the get-go, which is kind of cool. And the background for this stage is kind of neat too. We're like on top of a moving train. But honestly, it's still very similar to Kritika meets DFO probably. I don't think I think DFO, of these style of games where you have the persistent hubs and instance dungeons, of this style of games with the linear progression, with the maps, I think DFO remains the most popular, even in the West, even today. I mean, a lot of other games have come out since then, but I don't know. It seems like DFO remains the most popular probably because there's a shit ton of class variety. Again, here, character customization in the appearance customization on your character is limited because, again, you're playing a character. You're not making your own character. So I'm playing, this character, and there's a total of 5 playable characters in the Western version right now. And again, they will release more. One complaint right away is because it's just really weird that a lot of games do this. This game is actually launching. Closers is launching with over a couple years behind the South Korean version. I mean, the South Korean version launched in open beta back in December of 2014, so it's been almost 3 years. So they've had a lot of content updates, and the Western version isn't going to have all those content updates because they don't have all the characters the Korean version does. So a lot of people are going to, kind of maybe play on the private server, which has been out for a while, or play on the Korean version because the American version just doesn't, the Western version just doesn't have all the characters. And for a game like this, you want more variety, you want more things to do. And with the game's story the way it is, I think you can complete it in like 20 or so hours. Our powerful enemy here, Mega Fiend. Oh man, we can see this guy over here. He's got 8 HP bars. Luckily, the HP bars don't go as quickly as the HP bars in Kritika, which were absolutely insane. Enemies have like 40 HP bars, but like one attack gets rid of an HP bar, which made no kind of sense. But again, some of the combat just feels really, the pacing seems very weird. You do so much AoE damage and stuff, it's just really awkward. But like, and the graphics too, I feel like the trailer makes the game look better than it actually is. Because it looks, I think, a lot better in the trailer than it does in game. But still, the character models themselves, I think, look great. Some of the wallpaper, some of the backgrounds and enemy models don't look nearly as good. If we zoom in on our character, it looks gorgeous actually. The character model, oh, we actually dodged this attack. For actual, like, right now we don't have to worry too much about dodging. We're gonna dodge a little bit right now. Spacebar is basically your dodge mechanic. C is your break aggro mechanic. I just messed it up right now. If I had C, I could have broken out of that. But there is iframes in this game as well, which could make, oh god, I got hit by that again. With iframes, it can make PvP kind of fun. I have not tried the PvP yet either. I did do the PvP in Kritika before. Wasn't a huge fan, but I guess it's there. But, oh man, I'm taking some damage on this guy. Usually this is pretty easy, but yeah, it does get a little bit harder after the first set of maps. And we have no mana as a problem right now, so we dodge that. We should be good. Spacebar is dodging. As long as you're dodging, you're a-okay. Watch him to cast. There we go. My ultimate is off cooldown as well. We get mana. We're gonna dodge this stuff. Oh my god, I can't believe I got hit by that. Alright, we got let's do this attack. This looks mega cool and does tons of damage. And again, some of the spell animations are phenomenal. I mean, the game has a lot of good details to it. A lot of it just doesn't feel too like unique. Because if you played Kritika again, you played DFO, you really played the core gameplay in Closers. It's the same style game. Alright, try to get him stuck in there. Alright, he's almost down. He's almost down, boys. I did think that. I gotta upgrade my gear though. My gear is probably pretty unupgraded too. I didn't use my skill points in a while either. The way skill points work, I'll show you after this. It's pretty straightforward though. There is actually a good amount of room for customization because you can't max everything out. So what you do max out kind of lets you customize your character the way you want, which is kind of neat. A lot of games let you max like most things out nowadays, but here you do have to actually kind of decide, which is kind of neat too. And actually, you're not locked into it either. Oh god, because oh god, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. This guy's almost dead. Let's kill him with this. Alright, we killed him with the finisher there. We almost died though. But you can actually downgrade your abilities too, so you can kind of reset. So a lot of games you gotta pay money for like reset scrolls. Not the case in Closers. You use in-game currency and you can actually, you know, downgrade your skills and reclaim those skill points. So that's nice as well. Somehow we still got a double S on technique and time. My defense was not very good though. We got the overall S. Still not great, but we got it. I've yet to see anything below an S actually. It's actually probably one of the worst I've done. So back to the community hub, and from here you can see other players too. Though I'm playing at an odd hour, so not too many people are online right now. But people do play this game. I've seen a lot of people, and there's over 28 channels as you can see in the top right. So there's a ton of channels. Though I'm in an empty one right now, but there's one other guy here right now with me. He's loading, so we can barely see him. But like the game has emotes as well, so they're kind of cute. Look at that sick dance moves. We're rocking the dance moves. See my inventory as well. One thing that's kind of annoying too right away. A lot of like your inventory gets filled really quickly. You always got to basically salvage your loot. Everything fills up really quickly, and you're kind of struggling with that right from the get-go, which is kind of annoying. But the game gives you a lot of costumes, which I like. Like you can start playing with cosmetics right away. And again, some of these cosmetics, once you upgrade to the 3 stars, they do have stats on them. So like, look at this cosmetic, for example. We got the bunny ears over there, and it's nice. You can really change your character's appearance, you know, right from the get-go, which is awesome. Again, a lot of games don't let you do this, and this one does. So that's really nice with that. Alright, let's see what we can do over here. Let's go talk to another player over there. Talk to Miss Kim again. Again, the character models look really good. We don't want to do a crew. Let's go do this. A crew is just a guild in the game. Every game has their own word for guilds. But this game, they are called crews. Let's talk to you again. Alright, X. They talk a lot. Alright, let's go grab this quest. Finished over there. And you see my skills, for example. I like that you can downgrade your skills as you want, which is super nice. Can't get any more points over there. I got 2 more abilities, Mjolnir and Special Move Ragnarok. So we got even more buttons to mash. Awesome. I got 2 full bars over here. Let's get rid of Dance. Dance is gonna be in the way. We got these 2 over there I want to use next time. We got to put a point to Airlance, put a point into this one. And you can see my points at the bottom left, 6. Though it says premium over there, so if you can pay for skill points, that'd be kind of lame. But I'm not sure how the premium over there works just yet. You can see my passive abilities too. Oh, these are actually pretty good too. Increase my stats right away. That's neat. But yeah, these are once every few levels though. And we're all out of skill points right now, so we go right to the next operation. And once you do all the missions of this map, you can move to the next map. But as with any of these games, where's my quest first? Do I have no quest right now? But as with any of these games, you do have to do the same missions over and over again quite a bit sometimes. Let's go do this one. Don't have a quest here, but I should go find the quest. But for now, let's just go run through it right now. Guru District. Again, if you do a skirmish, again, it gets harder and harder. It tells you the recommended level. Let's go jump in here right now in recon mode and do Guru District. Let's rock this. Again, the core gameplay is fun. It doesn't really differentiate itself too much from other games of its kind. I mean, it's kind of like Soul Worker again. It's kind of like Kritika, and all that meets DFO. Fast-paced, looks good, but it just the pacing feels a little bit awkward again for the combat. Because you really just it's too much going on too quickly. It just feels odd. Something about that feels a bit odd. And I think there's a fatigue system, but I've yet to run into fatigue issues. You can see my fatigue at the bottom right. I know people were saying in the first round of alpha, they actually said that people were complaining the fatigue was too bad, so they did revamp it a bit, so it's a little more generous now. So that's got that going for it. One other weird thing too is actually if you use abilities, like if you keep casting it, there's a second cast to it as well. So like if I want to use my F, for example, if I keep mashing my F, I'll have a second follow-up. Right now, this next part is a second follow-up. You only get if you cast it again. And it seems like it doesn't cost any extra mana to do a second follow-up. So I feel like you always want to do it anyway. So it's just weird that some skills even have that, because maybe in PvP in certain situations where you want to reposition, but for the most part, you always want to use your second follow-up as well. Because why not? I'll use my other ability, Ragnarok. Oh, that looks pretty badass. Again, a lot of the abilities do make you feel like a god, so it's a nice feeling too. But early on especially, you're going to be mashing your buttons like crazy because you don't have any mana issues for the first like entire world. And everything is, you can just roll all the trash enemies. Only the tougher enemies can actually, basically have a chance of hitting you. I didn't use that move ability either. There are job advancements too. I think the first one's at level 19. You get your first quest chain at level 19 for your job advancement. And the next one is 40. So 19 and 40, and I think there might be one more later on too. But with in most games with job advancements, you have like one of two options or one of three options. In closers, you only have one option going forward, which is a bit odd, but you still have it. And it gives you a new set of skills and stuff to look forward to. So it's still nice that they have it because you can look at those milestones to reach, which are kind of nice. And as with any of these other games like Kritika, DFO, and whatnot, it quickly does become a gear grind. And upgrading your gear, finding better gear, combining costumes, getting better gear out of those. So a lot of it does become a gear grind later on. Still, it's not bad. The core gameplay is fun. Any of these action games tend to be pretty fun in the core combat. Though again, I personally like the open world aspect of Blade and Soul when it comes to action MMORPGs, though a lot of these games can be pretty fun too. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to take a market share away from DFO. I mean, again, people still play DFO here in the West. I think over 1,000 concurrent users online. It's got 800 players or so on Steam, or 600. Probably more than double that off of Steam as well. And it's not bad. I'll give it a firmly not bad. But again, there's so many games that follow the same formula. The pros, though, are that you get lots of costumes, and costumes are basically gear in this game. And you get a ton of costumes to play with, and you can make your character look awesome, which are great. If you're in town, you'll see a lot of people with interesting costumes and whatnot. Emotes aren't bad either, but there aren't that many. But costumes is definitely a plus. But yeah, if you like what you see and you want to play closers or learn more about it, do check out the review on MMOs.com on the link below. Let's go wreck this speaker guy. Oh, I think he's almost dead. He's got four bars left. But yeah, if you guys want to play, check it out. Later, guys.